There's a right way and a wrong way to do your lead generation. If you want to learn exactly step by step the lead generation strategy that I used to grow a company from $0 to $7 million a year in 2 years, follow me. Let's go. All right, so I've logged into one of my clients' ConstructConnect account. So I want to just put a disclaimer here. We're not affiliated with ConstructConnect, and we don't get commissions or anything from these guys, but I always recommend the platforms which are ConstructConnect and the Blue Book, because those are the absolute best for lead generation. So this is how $1 million company does lead generation. So in the traditional format, in the traditional scenario, what most companies do is they'll get on like ConstructConnect or the Blue Book, or they'll get on one of these platforms and then they just wait to get invited. Another good one is BuildingConnected, and then they just wait to get invited and they get on some people's bid list, and they're very passive with it. And if you're a passive contractor, you're gonna have a passive business. So what you want to do is whatever lead platform you use, they all do the same thing. They're pretty much all the same. Don't get sold on this whole like, this one's better than the other, we have more projects than this other company. That doesn't matter, because ultimately your resources are limited. So if you can only bid 10, 15, 20 jobs a month, maybe 50 jobs, or let's say you're rocking and rolling, you're doing 50 jobs a month, you're still going to be, with whatever platform you choose, you're going to get tons and tons and tons and tons of projects. So it's not like you're going to run out of projects because you're using the wrong platform. And if you are doing so much bidding, then at that point you should start elevating your game and start signing up for all the platforms. That way you can start being ultra picky. All right, so there's a few things that we want to look at. So the first thing is they all start off with this like dashboard of all the people that have invited you. We don't really care about this. This is cool. You want to bid these jobs. You got on these people's bid list. That's cool. Let's bid these jobs. But the way that we do our prospecting is that we're going to actually say, all right, these are gateway jobs. So remember the word gateway jobs. So what we care about is not this job, but what we care about is the job that's behind it. The jobs that are not published, the jobs that are negotiated, the jobs that are under contract, but they haven't been bought out, the jobs that are awarded. That's what we care about. We don't care about these. These are just going to be the excuse that we're going to use to talk to these people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over here onto the left, this little magnifying glass. We're going to do a search. And what it's going to do is it's going to search all the projects in the region. So depending on your account, if you have multiple regions, you'll have obviously multiple things. A couple of things to take into account. If you are a GC or a subcontractor, you have to take into account the size, the magnitude of the type of project that you can actually get. Now, in the beginning, what we do is we start off broad. So it doesn't really matter. Like if this job is a $10 million job, it doesn't even really matter, because maybe I'm not really targeting this job. I want to be very, very crystal clear here. We're not targeting this job. We're targeting the ones behind it. So this is the super fast, efficient way to do it. So if I do all types of jobs, I'm not going to do any filtering here. But if I want to do, let's say I'm a smaller guy, one-man operation, small company, maybe I'm doing a few $100,000 a year, maybe $1 million a year, and I'm small. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to come over here and I want to start filtering by certain criteria. So for example, let's say I want to do private jobs, and then it's going to update. Let's say I don't want to do government jobs, private jobs, or whatever the case is. Some things about public jobs are, they're not that hard to win, but there's more like governmental regulations. You need bonding and you need a bunch of more stuff. So sometimes that might be a little bit outside of your abilities. Also, your workers, they have to be able to pass background checks. They have to actually be, they have to actually legally live in this country in order to pass these background checks. So I know in construction, like 90%, or I don't know what the real number is, but like a huge percentage of people are, they're not, 100% legal. So those are going to be hard to do government jobs. But anyways, let's say we're focusing on private jobs. And what we're going to do is, if you're a subcontractor, here's a rule of thumb. Here we're going to be able to put a target valuation. So these guys, ConstructConnect or the Blue Book, they do this. They're going to say, all right, this job, we think it's going to be around $5 million or $10 million or whatever. This is the overall project valuation. You're going to go over here. And the rule of thumb is, if you can only do, let's say you're a smaller company and you say, you know what, I could finance and I have the crews to do, let's say up to $200,000 projects. Let's say you're smaller, you can't pass that. If you are not ready for those big jobs yet, you have to build yourself up. But what happens is, you don't want to take on something that you won't be able to build, or finance is really where the issue is. So what you do is you're going to come over here and you're going to estimate that if we want to target 200,000 or less, we want to shoot for 2 million. just to give you an example, because you take 10% of the project valuation, and that's the typical sub number. So I'm just going to go over here and put 10 million. That way we can have a bigger pool, but because I want to show you how this really works. Then you're going to start seeing these options here. If you're a subcontractor, you're going to want to check off the ones that say GC bidding and sub bidding, and even the pre-construction negotiated ones. As a matter of fact, I would even go into post bid, bid award, blah, blah, blah. Check all these boxes. Remember, we don't care about this job. We care about the one behind it. And what you're going to do, you see right now it's filtering. You're going to probably get a bunch of more jobs now. Look, now we have 96. Look at this. Look at this. This is why I call this the unlimited lead system. 96 potential projects, contractors, clients that we can go talk to with a valuation of $10 million or less. So that means if I'm a subcontractor, I can target that my contract value is going to be about $1 million. Now, if I'm a GC, I'm going to do the exact same thing, except I'm going to look at the overall value. So if I can do a $10 million project, here's the cool thing. GCs, since they don't usually finance their own jobs, they get the subs to do all the financing. You can usually come in as a GC with no money down, essentially. So you shouldn't even limit yourself here. Now, the caveat is that when you're the GC, you also have to know, you're going to target architects, developers. A lot of these guys are architects, developers, owners, reps, construction management firms. These are the guys that are going to be here. And then you're going to want to target not the GC bidding ones, but you're going to want to target the conceptual design, final planning, and the pre-construction negotiated ones, and the GC bidding. Those are the ones you're going to want to target right here, because you're going to want to get in the game before the plans are ready. That's a secret. Like, people don't really know this, but if you're a GC, you want to get involved early on before the project is already out to bid, because then now you start having competition. Then you lose the element of surprise, let's call it, because you get to build relationships with these architects, so they can want to start using you more often. All right, so now let's show you the strategy without further ado. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I've already filtered that I want private jobs and I want a certain valuation. And now what I'm going to do is, you ready for this? This is the super speed method. You can do this, or someone in your office can do this. You're going to right click, open new tab, right click, open link in new tab, right click, open new tab, right click, open new tab. You're just going to keep doing this for like about five of them. And then what you're going to do, you ready for this? Look, there's no plans, there's not much information, but again, we want to use this as the excuse to start talking to them. So for example, what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to come into my email and, actually before I show you that, name of the job is this one. This is what we need to know for our prospecting purposes. Over here, we're going to have our design team and we're going to have our bidders. Now, in this case, our design team is a general contractor, MCM Construction. Here's the phone number, and there is no email. So what I'm going to do in this case is, if I'm interested in this job, I'm going to actually go ahead and look up MCM Construction. Here's the phone number, all that stuff, and I'm going to find them. But for speed purposes, I'm going to skip this job for now, and I'm going to go to the next one. Walmart Supercenter. Again, you may or may not want to do a Walmart, but we don't care about that, because what we want is, what other jobs are these contractors working on? Remember, here's the secret. And what you're going to do is, you're going to scroll down. You're going to see the bidders. So when you click bidders, you're going to see these are, look, invited general contractors. So you got one contractor here. So again, let me see if you click here, do we get some emails? Perfect. We got a bunch of people's emails here. All right. So what we're going to do is, you're going to come over here to your email, and you're going to put the person's information. So let's find one. So we're going to go into the company here. We're going to find, who do we think is, no, contact. Wait, where did that pop up? I just clicked something that gave me all the information of the people. Bidders, design team. All right, I'm going to skip this one. Oh, it was the Walmart one. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we're going to click on, let's see, interested subcontractor, okay, Deacon Construction. And now we have a ton of people that we can reach out to. So now what we're going to do is, we're literally going to copy everybody's email. This is a little manual, a little bit tedious. So what you're going to do is, you're just going to copy and paste these emails. So I'm going to use one as an example. This guy, Alex Robles. I don't know if he's the right guy, but what we're going to do is we're going to write an email and we're going to say, right? We're going to say Walmart. No, it was the Walmart project. So we're going to come over here. Walmart, blah, 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 blah. We're going to come over here to our email, copy and paste, and then we're going to say, hi, Alex. My name is Daniel with I Am Builders. Obviously, replace the person's first name, the name of the project, all that with your information or the information of your company. My name is Daniel with I Am Builders. We are let's say I'm a drywall contractor. I'm going to say, my name is Daniel with I Am Builders. I noticed you're working on the Walmart Supercenter project. And we are interested, we'll put a period there. And then we say, we are, actually, let's skip 2 lines. We are a drywall. It's funny, when you're on the computer, that's when you make all the mistakes. We are a drywall contractor, and we are interested in working with you on this project. Are you currently accepting proposals? So the answer is always going to be yes. And it's obvious that this is kind of like, you might be thinking this is a dumb question, but by you asking this, it doesn't, we know that they're currently accepting proposals, but we want to remember, we're trying to use this as the gateway to come in. It's our foot to get our foot in the door. We're a drywall contractor. We're interested in working with you on this project. Are you currently accepting proposals for the drywall scope? Right? Also, what other projects do you have coming up? Boom. This here is a ninja move. Nobody does this. Nobody does this. Also, what other projects do you have coming up? Because remember, we're using this as the gateway. We might not even want to bid this job. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. We haven't even looked at the plans. If you notice, I haven't opened the plans at all yet. I don't care about the plans. What I care about is getting my foot in the door and starting a relationship with this person. So we're a drywall contractor. We're interested in working with you on this project. Are you currently accepting proposals for the drywall scope? Also, what other projects do you have coming up? And then they're going to say, I have this project, this project, this project, and this project. And they're going to start sending you invitations to bid. And then a follow-up email is going to be, you ready for this? After they do all that, you're going to say, can you add me to your master bid list? Master bid lists. And then they're going to say, of course. They might send you pre-qualification paperwork. They might ask you to go to their website and fill up some information, whatever their system is. But what you want to do is you want to start getting added to these people's bid list, because I don't know the exact number, but for every one job that you find on ConstructConnect or the Blue Book or BuildingConnected, there's probably like 10 or 12 jobs that are not there. So what we care about are those other 10 or 12 jobs. And what we're going to do, which I'm going to show you in an upcoming video, is I'm going to show you how to prospect, where we're going to start broad and we're going to do this process. We're going to always do this process, trying to get more people, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to start filtering on who the best are for us, who the best for us are. And we're going to say, all right, this company's giving us jobs, this company's giving us jobs, this company's giving us jobs. So we're going to start identifying who the winners are. And that's going to be, I'm going to show you that in the prospecting video coming up. Now, that's how you do professional lead generation if you want to be a multi-million-dollar company. We aim to do this for our clients in 12 months to get you to the $1 million mark or your next million in 12 months. And we actually have a program where we get you leads. We do all of your estimating for you, write your proposals. We basically take over a huge burden for a lot of companies. A lot of contractors are like busy, stressed in the field, in the job site. They have a million things going on and they don't have the time to invest in growing their business. So we step in, we can do your whole sales, leads, and estimating completely for you. And we're winning clients' jobs. They're rocking and rolling. They're doing super good. And we want to help you do the same thing. And you might be saying, you know what, but I just want to learn. I want to learn how to do leads. I want to learn how to do all this stuff. We also have a training program for that. So if you click below, there's going to be a button that says how to learn more on how to work with us. Go ahead and click there and check that out. All right. So I will see you on the other side, and I look forward to helping you grow your construction business.